Now, I will be going to tell about prep 1 part 3. So, as of I told you on the prep 1 part 1 session itself, there will be like three parts in prep 1. Okay, so this is the last part, and next there will be prep 2 and prep 3. Okay, so this prep 1, this is prep 1 part 3, and first of all there will be giving a case study for you. According to that case study, there will be like few questions for you, and you need to write down in one word document about all the questions. Like answers should be in the one word document. Okay, and here you can find out the case study. Like this is like a similar case study. They will be not giving this case study only. They may give different case studies. Okay, so for making you understand, this is like a sample one. Okay, so here you can find out Mr. Anthony. He is like NRI. Okay, so he just want to develop a website which is devoted to fashion with focus on high-end apparel and accessories. Okay, so here he just collaborated on application with Mr. Bhaskar, Kathy, and Domain. Okay, so the website should be easy to navigate and contemporary look, and pos the whatever the payment is there, it should be done in a quick way. Okay, this is what about the website. And already Miss Kathy, okay, already Miss Kathy, she had this application, similar application, but whatever the application is there, that is like drastically it is declining of the sales. Okay, and here Mr. Anthony, he has taken few like inputs from that application, and he just want to create another application. Okay, and he fixed the timeline of 18 months, and the budget will be 1 crore. Okay, and what are the current problems facing by Miss Kathy's application is lack of knowledge of fashion of the customers, and lack of customer reach. Okay, so this by looking into these problems, Mr. Anthony, he just pulled a team onto the board. Okay, so the team is like Mr. Anthony's company, like Nova Corporation on set. So there will be Philip, he will be the project head, and Walter White, Ruby, and Serena. These three people will be committee members. Okay, and he just gave this project to one organization. So the organization name is Adino Offshore Team. Okay, so this Adino Offshore, like in that organization, there are a few members who will be developing the applications. Okay, so in that, Mr. John, he is a delivery head, and Miss Anna, she is a project manager, and Mr. Chase, he will be like a senior Java developer, and Miss Nova, and Shashank, and Miss Vivian. Okay, so these three people will be Java developers, and Mr. Mike will be network admin, and John will be database admin. Okay, Mr. Jason and Neff, these both people are like testers, and you will be the business analyst here. Okay, in this company, this is your team, and you will be acting as a business analyst. So first of all, we need to decode the case study. So the case study, the decoding of the case study is like few processes there, like project idea. First of all, we need to know about project idea. So the project idea is about to website, develop a website which is devoted to fashion, right? And what are the current needs? Easy to navigation, contemporary look, and the payment process should be done quickly. And overview of this project is nothing but it is a e-commerce based project. Already we are having this project, existing application is available. So like Miss Kathy is already having that, but she is facing few problems, and we will be taking few inputs from that application, and we will be making new application according to the uh, requirements given by the client, Mr. Anthony. Okay, and what are the current problems we will be going to see? Decline of sales, non-user friendly, and unable to handle the competition. Okay, so like these applications, there are like other applications will be also available in the market. So we need to handle that competition also. Like we need to be very attractive to the customers, then only they will be going to use our application. Okay, and you should know about the team. So already we found out the team of Adino Shore. So now you will be the business analyst here, and those people are like Java developers and testing, network admin, DB admin. All the people are belongs to your team. Okay, so now by taking all the inputs which is given by the which are given by the Mr. Anthony team, and you will be making this application with the help of your team. Okay, so the first question is about functional requirements. You need to write about functional requirements. Functional requirements is nothing but like, in a simple way I will be going to explain you. This is like how the system should work. Okay, this is like we can define this as specific behavior functionalities of the system. Okay, and we will be like, sorry, it mostly focus on what the system should do. Okay, not how the system should do, what the system should do. And we will be like making the actions. Okay, like actions means like user registration, search for the products, like user can search for the products, and user can add the products to the cart, and adding products to the wish list, like that. All this comes under functional requirements. Okay, what the system should do. Okay, functional requirements is like what the system should do. It mostly focus on what the system should do, and it we can define it as specific behaviors functions of a system. Okay, and here you can find out this requirements, right? You need to write down 20 functional requirements like this. Okay, so this is a requirement ID and the requirement name and what is requirement description. And you need to write about non-functional requirements also. Non-functional means it mostly focus on how the system should perform. Okay, is it will be describing about qualities and attributes of a system, and mostly focus on how the system should do, and we can call it as how the system should perform. And non-functional requirements are belongs to like usability, performance, security we will be telling, and response time. So this response time is nothing but like when we are clicking on, when we are entering our username and password, then we will be going to click on login, right? So when we click on this login, it should be navigate to the next page within 2 seconds. That is what the client will be like liking to that navigations, like whatever the navigations we'll be going to giving, that should be like response in a very quick way. Okay, when we click on that login button, it should be redirecting to the next page within 2 seconds. Okay, that is like response time and usability, like the user friendly, like whatever the UI, like user interface of that application, it should be understandable to the customer. So he can understand about, okay, if we click on this, then we will be going to the next page, that is like add to cart, like that. Okay, it should be very understandable to that customer, and he need to use that application in a easy way. Okay, so that is what about non-functional requirements. And the wireframes. So I think so you heard about this Balsamic and Azure, right? Tools. So by using Balsamic, so and Azure, you can draw this mockups and like prototypes. Okay, you just go through that video, and there you can find out these things. Okay, so here they they given you about wireframes, and if the wireframes, if they ask you about wireframes also, you can use this Balsamic and draw the wireframes. Okay. And coming to this next step, next question is about tools. Like what are the tools you will be going to use here? So there are like Visio, Balsamic, Azure. Okay, these are the tools we will be going to use for drawing activity diagram and use case diagram. So for example, MS Visio is used to draw the activity and use case diagram, whereas Balsamic, it is used to create the mockups. Okay, and Azure, we will be going to create prototypes. Okay, this is what this is what about the tools. You need to write down 50 words about that. Okay, and coming to this RTM. So RTM is a requirement traceability matrix. So it will be tracking each and every requirement of your project. Okay, project cycle. Throughout that project, we will be going to use this RTM and track each and every requirement. So here you can find out we are going to mention about functional requirement and if it is in design phase. So we will be going to check whether if it is design phase is completed, then we will be going to note about that is completed. And if it is in development phase, like coding part. So if it is completed, we will be going to make it as completed. And next, the testing parts will be like unit testing, okay, and component testing and system testing and SIT, system integration testing, okay, and then user acceptance testing. So we will be checking through all the testing phases also. Like this is not we we need to aware about these are the testing types are there. In few organization there will be only few testing will be going to done. Okay, that is not our part, but just we need to track about that by taking the help of testing people like testing lead will be there, right, for testing team. So we need to like track by taking the help of that. Okay, and coming to this test case document. So this test case document is prepared by the testing people only. Okay, just we will be going to track by checking this test case document whether like how the workflow is going on and who will be going to do the testing part, like that. Okay, so this, but we need to know about this test case document, like how to prepare, because like we will be tracking by using this test case documents only. So here you can find out the outline, like a template of this test case document. So you need to mention about test case ID, project ID, and project manager ID, test strategies and scenario, okay, and test schedule ID, input data, and link to that page, expected behavior, actual behavior, comments, and results. Here the test case name, project manager name, tester ID, okay, like that. Okay, in this way you need to mention about test case document. And coming to this DB schema and entity relationship diagram. So here, like first of all, you need to know about DB design. So DB design is nothing but like the representation of data, visual representation of data, which how the data is managed in the backend. Okay. And in a easy way to understand about DB design is nothing but DB schema plus entity relationship diagram equal to DB design. Okay. DB schema plus entity relationship diagram. These two diagrams equal to DB design. Okay. So first of all, we need to know about DB schema. So it is a blueprint. Okay. The structure of databases, like we will be showcasing about outlines the structure of databases, including the tables, fields, relationships, constraints, and other characteristics. Okay. And this ER diagram is nothing but it is a visual representation of relations between entities in the database. Okay. So entities like such a tables, attributes like properties of that field, and relationship between them. Okay, you need to draw either DB schema or else entity relationship diagram. Like you need to draw any one of them. Okay, and this is how we will be going to draw the diagram of this. I think it is visible for you. So here you can see this product category. So in this product category, here you can find out about name and created it, modified it, and deleted it. Okay, so it is interlinked with product. So this is product details table. Here also there will be product ID, okay, and name and all these things. So in this way you need to like create the database tables. Okay, so this databases are like for each and every there will be one database, like for example for user, so user will be having one database. Okay, in the database, like we will be going to like mention the like user ID and user name and like this user address and personal details of user email, like that. Okay, so here there we will be representing like primary key and foreign key. Okay, so primary key, like how we will be going to represent, means it is a unique value, and this foreign key is nothing but just we will be taking whatever the primary key which we are mentioning in one database, it will be acts like a foreign key in a different database. Okay, so this is about database schema. So like this we can draw about database schema. Okay, if you want to draw the ER diagram, like ER diagram also you can draw by like your about your knowledge, like how we will be going to represent it. Okay, and coming to this data flow diagram, it represent about flow of data within a system, like how it is like visually show how data moves from one process to another process and how it is stored and where it is ends. Okay, here you can find out the user, and he will be going to search item, and he will be going to registration login, like that. In this way you can draw the data flow diagram. Okay, and coming to this, how should a BA handle the change request? So the change request is nothing but, so when the client people assign you one change request, like change request is, for example, I will going to tell you about this login. Okay, so when we are discussing about the client, so the client said that we can log in through email and phone number. Okay, the customer can log in through email or else the phone number. Okay, so now the client needs another option also. So the client want another option, that is what, that is like Facebook. He just want to add Facebook for that login. So here we are going to add login option also, like Facebook option also for login. So already it is an existing requirement, right? So if we are up, if we are adding new thing to an existing requirement, then it will becomes under change request. When we are adding a new feature, like feature to that application, then it will becomes under enhancement. Okay, so this is what about change request and enhancement. And here, like you need to understand the scope of change request, and you need to document the change request, and you need to analyze it. Okay, and you need to mention about, like you need to think about budget and resources and risk of that change request, and you need to prioritize change request based on the urgency. Okay, and you need to like send this to like change control board, like control change request board will be like CCP, we can call it as. So according to the organization, there will be like calling like change control board or else control change board. Okay, so you will be going to send like request to that board, and they will be accepting Okay, if they are accepted, then only you will be going to uh, like start this change request. Okay, and you need to communicate the change request. It's like whatever the things are there, like potential things with the stakeholders, and it should be included into the project. That's it. Okay, this is how you will be going to handle about change request. And this is the question about this currently. Now I explained you, right? The current team is working on selling clothes and accessories through this application. Okay, so the designer can add their new design into this application. However, the client he asked to add new feature like auction, so holiday giveaway. As a business a- analyst, when you come across such request, what should you do in this change request? Is this change request or enhancement? So here you can find out in a easily, like they want to add a new feature. They want to add a new feature like auction and holiday giveaways. So previously there is no such kind of thing is available in that application. Now we are adding new feature. So if we are adding a new feature, then it will be considered as a enhancement, right? So I told you like before itself, like when we are adding a new feature to an existing requirement, like existing feature, then it will becomes under change request. When we are adding new feature to that application, so it will becomes under the enhancement. So it will becomes under the enhancement. Okay. So this is about like they will be going to ask about in this way. So you need to mention whether it is a enhancement part or change request part. Okay. And coming to this, how many man hours are required for the project? So you need to mention about man hours are required, like efforts of the resources to complete the project. There are three types of projects, like small, medium, and large projects. So first of all, you need to analyze as per the case study, like there are 18 months time period. Okay, and the current team size is 15, and this will be comes under the medium project. Okay, so we will be calculating like hours, like how many hours a man required, and as the trained resources are available, the trainers are not required, right? And the structure of the project is available, new and enhanced infrastructure is not required. Okay, so like we need to analyze that whether it will be comes under medium project or large project in this scenario, like according to the duration of that project, like how much the time period timeline they have given to us, we will be calculating according to that. Okay, and coming to this UAT. So UAT means user acceptance testing. This is the last part of testing. So you need to plan. Okay, like you need as a business analyst, you need to plan about UAT, and you need to design about like how the UAT should be performed, and like UAT testers, like UAT testers means like belongs to your organization and belongs to the client people. You need to like implement all these things, like all these people will be involving in that, and they will be going to test if there is any bugs founded by the client people, then they will be going to explain to you, and you need to make a note down about that bugs. Okay, and you will be again sending to that software development team, and they will be going to do like the thing like application according to the client needs. Okay, and if all the bugs are removed, then the final sign off will be happens. Okay, this is how about a UAT. And at last you will be going to mention about project closure document. So in this project closure document, so you will be going to mention few things like project overview, achievements, lesson learned, quality assurance, resource utilization, and risk management, and the challenges. Okay, so like these terms are mentioned in that project closure document. Okay, so this project closure document, also known as project closure report, like it is a formal documentation of each and every summary part, like whatever we have done in this project. Okay, so whatever the lessons learned, through this project, and like why this project is initiated, like overview of the project and what we have achieved through this project. Like we need to mention all the things, whatever the challenges we have faced through this project. Okay, so we will be going to mention uh, in this project closure document at the end of the project. Okay, so in this way you need to mention, sorry, in this way you need to mention about project closure document. Okay, so the points to include here, you can find out did the client signed off on the UAT testing, and date of the sign, name of the resource, objectives of the project, what are the objectives are there, functionalities worked on, whatever the functionalities have worked. Okay, infrastructure, funding, overall project information, and value to the company. Okay, so use this template and write down according to your case study, whatever those things are there. Okay, so for documentation, we can mention a like reference link for that documentation. Okay, so there will be a finance document, business scope document, like business requirement documents will be business case document like this. Okay, so this is about a prep one part three. These are the questions they will be going to give in that question paper. You need to write down all the answers according to your case study and in one word document, and then you can go to the portal and upload it and go for the evaluation. Okay, this is how